JMC 6000 here in the JMC Garage for this week's JMC Garage Talk video. And in this video, we're talking about headlights. Not just any headlights, but we have, courtesy of OXILAM, I think that's how you pronounce it, OXILAM, they sent over some LED headlights for the Buick Rivera. Now I'm going to show you how to not only change out the headlights, which are running the old incandescent, in these glass halogen fixtures, but we're going to show you how to not only install these new headlights, what comes in the package, but also we're going to show you what it's like to adjust them, because if you're doing any headlight install, especially in an older vehicle, you want to make sure the headlights are adjusted correctly. I will show you that later on in the video, so please stay tuned for that. This portion is just going to show an install of the high beams and the low beams, because on the Buick, it's two separate bulbs for both the high and the low. Now, some vehicles use one bulb that would do high and low. On the Buick Rivera, they use two separate bulbs. So we're going to show you that. But first, let me show you these lights. These are courtesy of OXILAM. Now we're going to do the 9006 replacements, which are the low beams on the Riviera, and then 9005 are the high beams on the Riviera. So what you get when you order these headlights, now these are available off of Amazon, or you can get them from this company directly off of their website. When you open up the box, and I'll have a promo code and a discount code in the description, so just pay attention to that. You get a set of these pretty cool white nylon gloves. You also get the product owner's manual. And then right below you have the lights. Now let's kind of take a look at the quality of these LED headlights before we go and install them. As you can see, these are made of, it looks like an aluminum type of material on the outside. You can see the LED chip on one side and LED chip on the other side. These are supposed to be a 1-to-1, so basically what that means is this should line up, the chip should line up with the filament on a halogen equivalent bulb. These also use for cooling, actually a little mini fan to help draw in air to help cool these. Now there are some LED headlights that don't use a cooling fan, they'll actually use like heat sinks and these big old things around them. This one's kind of compact and nice because it does have the mini cooling fan, and we're going to find out how loud these fans are when we turn on the vehicle after the install to make sure they're not too loud. Some lights produce a very loud sound when the cooling fans are turned on. We're going to find out about these, but right now I'm going to put one back in the package, set it over here so I can take out the old halogens. Now, the old halogens are very easy to get to on my son's Buick. This is the halogen. Again, this is a 9006. Ugh. I may have to get a screwdriver. It doesn't want to release. All right, stay right there, bulb. Don't break on me. Stay, stay. We're going to get a little screwdriver. All right. All you need is a little flathead screwdriver, and what that's going to do is help to release this catch right here. You got two of them. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. But this this headlight socket is probably going on 30 plus years old. Anyway, this is the bulb that we pulled out of it. Again, it's a HB4 9006. Just a traditional headlight bulb. It's actually in pretty good shape. So we're going to save this. In fact, I want to put it in this original package just so we have backups. It's always good to have a backup light, backup headlights as well. Just going to put that in there, and then we're going to install the OXILAM. Just like that. And then we're going to put this guy in the housing. Make sure you get seated in the housing all the way. There, it's actually seated in the housing all the way. It's turned, it's inside. And then this, what they call, is a glass halogen type design. So this is glass on the outside. You can tell there's rock chips and everything, but it's actual glass. So if this ever has to be replaced, I have to get actual replacement glass units. I think they make replacement ones that are now plastic, but what's nice about the glass is the glass never fades. If you notice, some of the older cars that use a plastic kind of covering over these halogen bulbs, usually the plastic is like all faded and nasty. You got to get a headlight restoration kit. I don't have to worry about that with the Buick, but the only downside to the glass is when rocks come up, they will actually embed into the glass or cause a chip or cause even a hole to come into the glass. That's the only downside to the glass on the outside, is that they're more susceptible to rocks. So right now we're going to pause the video. I'm going to get all 4 installed, and then we're going to see how loud the fans are versus the high and low beams. So stay tuned for that. All right, we're back. All the headlights are installed, the low beams and the high beams. Wanted to show you what they look like now that they are installed. I thought I turned... Yeah. Okay, that one's installed now. I don't know why. Yeah, I didn't put that in all the way. But anyway, they're all installed. You want to make sure they're all seated correctly. You want to make sure they're all even and nice. You can kind of turn them to make sure they're seated nice and fully. And yeah, you won't have any issues. Make sure the plugs are in fully and depressed. And we are set. Now, usually on the Buick, there is a cover that sits on top of these, but we don't have that cover. In fact, there's many covers that are missing, but we're not going to worry about that now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and turn the low beams on just to hear what it sounds like, kind of see what it looks like through these glass covers, and just get an idea. Now, I won't be adjusting right now. Stay tuned. That's going to be coming up, where I'm going to find a dark spot, show you what tool I'm going to use to adjust, and then we'll show you how to adjust the headlights on a flat piece of wall and everything else. But we got to wait till it gets dark. So before then, let's go ahead and see how they sound now. Ooh. Alright, so I'm in a not so dark garage. The fans are on. You can barely even hear the fans. And as you can see, these produce a nice white light coming out of these. It actually looks pretty good. The light is nice and even as best it can be in these older kind of design. Now what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to go ahead and put on the high beams just to see what those look like. So if you want to stay there, let's go ahead and stick on the high beams. Wow. That's the high beams on. I hear the high beams a little bit louder. The high beams have a little bit of a higher sound with the fan versus the low beams, but the high beams are supposed to be a little bit more power. That's probably why. But there we are. That's the high beams. Let me put it back on the low beams. Now the low beams have a nice gentle hum. You can barely even hear the low beams. Produce a nice white light. I like that. And of course the high beams, usually don't use the high beams all the time, but it's nice that they're there. And of course the fans are a little bit louder because they're a higher power bulb. But now I can hear the fans just a little bit more. It's not too bad. Anyway, there we go. So stay tuned for my next video where we're going to find a dark spot. I'm going to show you the correct tool to use, or at least a tool to use to adjust these adjust these headlights, and then we're going to show you how that's done. Stay tuned for that to come up. All right, we're back in the Buick at nighttime. I'm about 50 feet away from this concrete wall, and what I wanted to show you is how to properly adjust the headlights. Now, you want to be about 50 feet away, almost totally dark outside, just about. And as you can see, one headlight is higher than the other. So not only do we want to bring this headlight down, but you also want to bring it out this way as well. So that's what we're going to do now. As you can see, the rest of the gauges and everything are on. And so bear with me. I'm going to open up the hood and show you how to adjust these headlights, and I'll be right back with you. All right, we're back. And as you can see, I got the hood open. Now, as you can see, I've done some adjustments already. And what we're going to try and do, I got the car as straight as I can. And as you can see, we want to have a clear cutoff line between the two headlights. And there's two adjustments. We have a up and down, which is a 1/4-inch screw right here. And then we also have a side to side, which is a 1/4-inch screw right here. Now this will help to move it side to side. This brings it down. I'm going to use my cutoff line as this portion of the center block right here. All right, so let's go back and do some more adjustments. I believe we're almost there with the adjustments for these headlights. See how I'm moving it down? Want a nice clear cutoff line. And this one needs to be adjusted just a little bit more. You see how the light's going down right there? Just like that. And they're pretty much even. I don't think I'm going to get them any more even straight on as I am right now. So I think we're good on adjustments. Again, we want to use this part of the center block grout line as our cutoff line, and I believe we're right there. So let me show you what these headlights look like straight on, as I'm going to lower the that's what the front of the Buick looks like with these new LED headlights. Nice and bright. They actually have a good light signature to them. And yeah, they're going to light the road very, very nicely. And that's exactly what you want. So let me get in, shut off my door so I don't have any more exterior lights. And there it is right there. Just like that. Check that out. Just about perfect. Straight ahead. Got a nice cutoff line. Let's turn on the high beams. Oh. This high beam looks a little off, but I'm not too worried about high beams. What's more important to me is low beams. Low beams, I want to make sure I'm dead on with my low beam. Yeah. And that's about as good as it's going to get. All right. This has been JMC 6000. Thank you for tuning in. Let me get some light on myself. Thank you for tuning in. You guys be blessed. Have a wonderful day. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification. We'll catch you on the next one. Stay tuned. We got more videos coming. Thank you guys for being a part of this video. If you have any questions, comments, please like, comment, and sure to answer those. All right. You guys be blessed. Again, we'll catch you on the next one.